Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve. It's right at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I am headed to Shelby, North Carolina. I made a stop in Tennessee. I'm about 40 minutes outside of Knoxville on 75 South. All right, so today, folks, for the ones that have loved ones back at home, today I want to talk about, how to be prepared for home life when you get home after you've had a trip on the road. Okay, so let's dive off into it. Let's go. All right, so the first thing you want to do in being prepared for getting home is, while you're on the road, keep in contact. Keep in contact with your spouse, with your kids, and with your close family members. And your friends. You definitely want to keep in contact with everybody. Everybody wants to hear from you. The people that love you, they want to hear from you. They miss you. They want to know what's going on with you. So, and not only that, they want to tell you about their life as well. So you can't get on the road and just block everybody out and go into your own little cocoon or whatever and don't feel the need to talk to folks back at home. You need to keep in contact, and that's just being prepared for when you're not on the road to go back home. I talk to my wife every morning. Some mornings I have to wake her up to get her up in time for work. She'll call me when she's on her way to work. She calls me when she gets off. Sometimes throughout the day she'll call me, and we talk. I talk to the kids just about every day, because every day they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to me. The kids, they get older and stuff like that, teenagers and stuff. So, they don't really want to talk to you every day, but you definitely want to keep in contact with your kids. You definitely want to be in the know. And talking to them and being in the know with them. And, when you're dealing with kids, especially older kids, everybody's over 10 years old. You want to ask questions. You want to just know what's going on. You don't want to be intrusive, with your questioning and stuff like that, because you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable when they're talking to you. Let them open up and tell you whatever they want to tell you. But for the most part, just talk to your kids, man, and just try to make that a good conversation, rather than, just straight discipline and stuff like that. Don't want to do that. Don't want to have any bad relationships while you're on this road. But you definitely want to keep in contact. You definitely want to keep in contact with your close family members. Relatives, you can talk to them whenever. See them on Facebook, like a few pictures, whatever. But, close family, spouse, kids, making sure you're talking to them, Tell them about your bad days, your good days, whatever, man. Tell them about what you saw on the road. I saw a crazy fire today, Talked to my wife about it, we talked, and that was it. She talked to me about her day and things she had going on, and so we talked about it. But I'm keeping my relationships intact, because when I get home, we can piggyback off those conversations that we had, and we can still have a dialect. We got something that we've been talking about, and we're keeping our friendship going, laugh and joke and talk about whatever. And that's the same thing with the kids. That's the same thing with your boys. The same thing with your close family members, mom, dad, brother, sister, cousins, whatever. The other thing, too, that we could talk about is keeping things intact. Outside of your immediate family, you still have, friends, you still have, former co-workers, might have groups that you're a part of. You still want to keep those things intact as well. Everything plays a role in your life. So when you go home, you don't want just all of your time with your family and friends, because you still have other things that you may be into. I'm former military, so sometimes I have to go to the VFW hall, go talk to some of the old guys over there and help out around there. I ride a motorcycle, so I'm in the bike club. I gotta go spend time at the clubhouse and things of that nature. That's just me keeping everything as far as my home life intact. And that's what I like to do. I like to keep all my relationships going. And because a lot of times, man, when we on this road, man, you never know who will call you in the middle of the night just to talk to you. And they may keep you up, keep you going. And so it's good to have those relationships, to help you out in a sense, And that's what I use it for. That's why I keep everything intact with everybody. Because, I done had conversations with my pastor in the middle of the night. Call me and talk to me and just see how I'm doing. And before you know it, we were on the phone for 3 hours. Just talking about God stuff, Just what we do. So you definitely want to keep, outside of keeping in contact, keep things intact as well. Keep other things intact as well. Keep your groups intact. Keep, other things that you may be doing going. You want to keep all of that stuff going. All right. And that's just making sure you're prepared for when you get home. You have all of that waiting for you. You would have all of that waiting for you. Okay. So the other thing is being prepared to get home. Now, how do you be prepared to get home? All right. The first thing I like to do before I get home is I like to stop maybe an hour out, 30 minutes out, whatever. I like to stop, take a shower. Stop, take a shower, shave the head, line the beard up, grease the beard up, put the Just for Men on there, and I like to groom myself, because when I show up at the truck stop and my wife is there and she's so happy to see me, I don't want there to be any odors or anything like that. I want that to be a great situation, because she's prepared for me. So I want to be prepared for her. And also the kids, they're going to want to come hug and jump on you and different things of that nature. So, you don't want to be, you don't want to be odorific. You don't want to be stinking at all, man. Make sure you take care of your hygiene, man. Be prepared. The other way, being prepared for when you get home, is be prepared to give time. You may be tired, and if you're lucky, you'll make it in town every time you come home. Every time you go home, if you're lucky, you'll make it in town at night when everybody's sleeping. That way, when you get home, you can go straight to bed. But this is not a perfect world. We all know trucking is not a perfect science. So when you do get home, and you've been going on a trip, and it's the middle of the day, your wife pulls up with the whole family in the car, you gotta turn that switch on, bro. Gotta turn it on. Gotta be ready to do the family thing. Gotta be ready to do the friend thing. Gotta be prepared for it. Be prepared for that. Be prepared to give time. People are gonna want to talk about everything you missed out on. I don't care if you've seen it on Facebook. I don't care if you talked about it on the phone while you were on the road. They're gonna reiterate. They're They're going to want to talk. They're going to want to show everything. Be prepared to give time. If you're lucky, or if you can twerk that schedule to where when you first get home, hey, I can go get in bed for a little while. I can mentally reset. Do that. But if it don't work out like that, just, and still, if you're able to get home and get some sleep before you interact with folks, understand you still have to go interact with those people. You can't just go home and not talk to anybody and just go get in a cocoon or something like that and just lock up. Nah, man, you still gotta go love on your folks. So be prepared to give time. The other thing too, for you, guys and gals out there that have spouses, be prepared for sex. Understand and know that once you hit that door, for the entire time you've been gone, hopefully, they have restrained from sex the entire time you were gone. Hopefully, you have restrained from sex the entire time you were gone. And, that's an experience that, hey, I've been missing out. You've been missing out. Hey, we about to get it in. And you have to be prepared for that. Be ready. I don't care how tired you are or whatever, man. If you need to, for us guys, if we need to stop one gas station, pop your little something. Hey, go in there. Give it the best 20 minutes of your life. But do what you do. Be prepared to go and satisfy your spouse. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. Make sure you're prepared to give folks what they've been missing when you get home. All right? The last thing is leave work at work. Truck driving is interesting only to other truck drivers. For the most part, we sit behind the steering wheel for hours on end, and we're just watching the road, making sure that we don't hurt ourselves or hurt anybody else. That's what we're doing. So it's nothing much to talk about. It's boring. And so when people been asking you, hey man, how you been doing? What's been going on? Nothing, man. I just been working. What's going on with you, man? Talk to me about you. What's been happening with you? How your wife doing? How your kids doing? What's happening with this? What's happening with that? Give folks their time. But talking about this boring ass job, I've seen it too many times, man, where I sit up there and I go to telling folks about, oh man, I was in New York. What you did in New York? Just drove through. That's not interesting, It's just, I have a mindset that I just leave work at work. If nothing interesting happened, like I found some money or something like that, which I've never found any money, but unless something really interesting happened, I leave work at work. I just take it out of my mind because I'm going home and I'm going to give these people whom I love all of me. And that's what I'm going to do. So these are my suggestions for being prepared for your loved ones back at home. Y'all have a good day. Happy New Year. See you next year. Peace.